All right. Let's get this show on the road. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Time to get this show on the road. I'm your man, KTJ. I am the Love Coach, and this is Love Coach Sessions Live. We are here, and it's another beautiful day to talk that talk to get this thing going. And so, look, I invite you to hit that share button. I need you to hit that share button, hit that like button. I need everybody to hit the like button. It lets YouTube know we're doing something over here, and it just helps the show. So, as you guys are coming in, come on in, come on in. If you're watching live, you can drop your comment in the chat box. We got the chat room rolling, open for you. And if you watch this on the replay, I need you to leave a comment, at least say peace and love. Give a shout out to the Love Coach. Let me know that you're in here, you're watching, and you are connected with us. All right. All right, so let's get into it, you guys. This is a controversial topic, which I never shy away from. I like a topic that has some meat on its bones, and this is definitely a topic that has meat on its bones. It's about why men become distant. I put this up in my on my Facebook page, on my personal Facebook page, and I could just tell. I could just tell the wheels were turning and and in the female's mind. I said either he is falling in love with you. I said men become distant for two reasons: either he's falling in love with you or he's going to break up with you. And I could just feel the wheels turning because it seems so weird. It seems so strange of a concept that it needs explanation, right? Which is why we're here. Hello, Coco. Thank you so much for popping in. This is I mean it's quite a thing. Now, everybody would like, now I could say for the ladies who are looking for men, who are into men, who desire men, who are maybe even in a relationship with a man. Every woman wants to be loved, right? Every woman wants to be admired. Every woman wants to be fawned over, cared for, looked at lovingly, intrigued sexually from a man. They want male attention. Women who are into men desire male attention. Can we agree on that? You desire male attention, and there's because you can get it like I said for the men yesterday. A woman can get attention from her dog, right? She can get um, affection from her dog when she comes home from work. When she comes in from work, from working a hard day, she can get attention from her dog, right? But that attention is nothing like coming home to a man who has cooked dinner, who has prepared dinner, who's got everything laid out, took care of the kids, who is expecting you to come through the door. There's no feeling like that, and a man can do that. Okay, so having a man falling in love with you is a wonderful thing. But then there's that second part of that post is number two. His distance could mean he's about to break up with you. He's about to drop the axe and tell you, I'm through with you. Those are some words that most women do not want to hear. Some words that most women would like a man never to say. I'm through with you. I'm finished with you. You're done in my life. You would never want to hear that, especially from a guy who's good for you, who's been good to you, right? And so the distance is quiet for a man. Distance is silence. Sometimes you can feel distance. Okay? Look, a person doesn't even have to say, I'm being distant. You can feel it. their energy has shifted. They maybe once was like, oh, very jovial and warm towards you, cracking jokes. And now you come around and there's just silence. There's something going on. Now, on the post, I love reading these comments that come up on the post, because there are a couple of different people, especially for, a couple of different women who would see it a couple of different ways. Some women, they like, well, what's that all about? I need to know more about this. Right. And then there's some women that are like, these men, they need to get themselves together. Ain't nobody gonna be trying to figure him out, trying to understand a man. Wow, that's that, da. And I can tell you, as I told one of them on the post, hey, LV, thank you so much for popping in. As I told one of them on the post, if you don't care to understand a man, fine. You don't have to. You do not have to care about getting to understand how men think and why men do what they do. You don't have to, right? But just understand, you're also signing up for him not to care about how you think and how you feel. Is that what you want? Would you like for a man to just be like, your feelings, why should I care if you're distant? Why should I care if you had a hard day, bad day? You're all emotional all the time. You should be more womanly. Woman up. We never say those things. You know why we don't say those things? Because they're insensitive. And I'm telling you, I want y'all to keep an eye on this. And I'm telling you for a fact, if you don't care about how other people feel, other people will not care about how you feel. If you don't care what another person is going through, don't be surprised if that person doesn't care what you're going through. And understand that when a man is distant, he is going through something. Now, let me address the two things though, before I get into what he's doing in his distance. If he loves you, right, and he's distant. If a man is actually falling in love with you and he's distant, the distance is about him trying to understand what he's feeling. Now, I know, listen, and I'm going to tell you this, most men will not have this conversation with y'all. You are never going to figure this out on your own. This is why you show up to the Love Coach Show. Okay, I'm telling you, men don't have the words to describe what I'm talking to y'all about today. And as a woman, you're not going to understand this because this is not how your brain is wired. So I need y'all to listen closely to what your boy is saying today. Okay, look, a man will feel that when he's falling in love. Most of the time, men who fall in love didn't see it coming. A lot of times, like he thought that he was going to be strong and single, and I don't need no woman. I don't need this. I don't need that. She better come and do what all that machismo stuff. And then he meets that woman who makes him stand back and like, wait a minute. Wow, she is more than I thought. She adds value to my life. I am better because she is here. Not that I needed her to be here, but with her here, my happiness is multiplied. My joy is multiplied. I am happier with her than I am without her. I want her in my life on an ongoing basis to take this ride with me. He's dealing with all of those thoughts. And then he's also maybe dealing with, is this real? How do I talk to her about what I'm feeling? How do I describe to her What's going on in my thoughts? Is this going to turn into anything? So yes, there's apprehension, and yes, there's fear sometimes. Fear that she's just acting and this really isn't her. Fear that I'll end up like my uncle, my parents, my grandparents, my aunt, my cousins. I'll end up like somebody else who ended up not happy. Having all these thoughts. Okay. But he still feels the emotion and the passion to have you in his life. So sometimes a man has to kind of step back to see, what is this? Now, if you're not keenly aware of what I'm saying here today, you might mistake his fallback for being disinterest. you might see his distance as disinterest, but it's not. His distance is for him to collect his thoughts and make sure he's making a good decision. Maybe, sometimes you gotta slow it down. Oh, wait a minute, let me slow down. Let me not go so fast. Maybe let me think this through, because men are logical. And listen, love is not logical. Love is emotional, you guys. I need y'all to understand. Are y'all listening to me today? Look, if y'all listening, I need y'all to say something in this chat box. All right. Look, love is not logical, it's emotional. So a man has to process it because it's not comfortable. It's not easy. I know for a woman, why can't he love me? I mean, love is easy. You love. It's just there. But for a man, it's not like that. He has to go from his logical brain to his emotional brain. And sometimes that emotional brain, them synapses don't meet. So it takes a little time. Now, let's flip it on the other side. Let's say he is distanced because he's going to leave you. He's considering it. He's looking at it. He's looking at the options. Can I be without her? If a man is distant and he's thinking about leaving you, he's asking himself a question. What will life be without her? Am I missing something? Or how can I best end this and not break her heart? How can I end this this thing that we have going on and not? I mean, look. Some guys a man can break up with you and still love you, but just not want to be with you. Okay, I know that's a whole nother mystery, but that's for another day. And so he's trying to figure that out. He's trying to figure out, how do I let her down easy? How do I best give her the news that's going to break her heart, but I know it's something that I have to do? So a man will take a long time. Listen to this. A man will take a much longer time to break up with a woman than a woman will with a man. Especially as the two people get older, as we deal with older people, 35 and up, 30, 32, 35 and up. A man will be slow and try and be methodical. And again, he's in his logical brain in this emotional topic. And he's trying to figure out how to make it hurt less, rather than just rip the scab, rip the Band-Aid off and say, it's over. We done. Bye. Like he don't want to crush you. So sometimes he's silent. Sometimes he's quiet. Sometimes he's withdrawn as he's making his decisions in his mind. Now, all right, let me jump to the comments here. LV, she said, I've been there. Is there such a thing as letting her down easy? Probably not. There's no such thing as letting her down easy. Now he can try to let her down easy, but who wants to be let down easy? But at the same time, listen, y'all, we know in these days, in these times, in these 20s, these 21s, 2021s, I don't know when you're going to be watching this, but women don't often take rejection easily. And a lot of times it can even turn dangerous breaking up with some people. Look, I may do a whole series. I may do a whole program on how to break up with somebody. I don't know how many people are going to take it, but I'm trying to tell you, because there are people who are dead today. This is a domestic violence month. I think we should talk more about this during the domestic violence month. Maybe I'll offer a product and a program for this, dealing with difficult situations in relationships. Because, there are people who are in jail today because they couldn't take rejection. They couldn't take the word no. They couldn't deal with the fact that someone did not want them. Somebody felt different about them than they felt about them. And so they just reacted. They reacted and didn't think it through and made a bad decision. So some people say, well, look, you just let me down easy. Just don't let me down easy. Just tell me the truth so I can move on with my life. You know what? There are some people who have left relationships and they still haven't moved on in their mind. There are people who have been broken up with, and 30 years later, they're still thinking about the person. 40 years later, they're still in their minds. 20 years later, 10 years, 5 years, still thinking about the person. Now, let me tell you, you wouldn't even want that person back. Now, you think you might want that person back, but that person has lived all these days, had all these lessons, been in other relationships, and have become different people. You are not the same as you were 5 years ago, 3 years ago. At least we like to hope so. We like to hope that you have changed and evolved and revolved and become a new person. You should become a person every day, becoming better every day, becoming more of who you need to be every day. Every day. So as we talk about this a little bit more, now let's talk about that distance, right? So what I just described to you is a man is in his head. Man is in his head. So what do you do with a man who's in his head? And in his head, really, he's in his head, and it actually may not have anything to do with you. That's actually the third one that I didn't have place to put. I didn't have a place to put that in there. One, he might be falling in love with you. If a man is distant, one, he might be falling in love with you. Two, he might be getting ready to break up with you. If I had a three, there was no space for three. Three, it could be, it's got nothing to do with you. Now, I know for women, you always think that distance means another woman. Let's be honest. You always think that if he's not with me, well, who is he with? If he's not checking for me, well, who is he checking for? If he's not all up in my stuff, well, whose stuff is he all up in? All right, let's be honest. This is what we say, right? But it's not always the case. It is not always the case. Just knowing, though, that sometimes a man is dealing with stuff. He could be dealing with stuff at work. He could be dealing with things that have to do with his living, how he lives, how he makes money. And I can tell you this, from working with men for 15 to 17 years, I always say 15 to 17 because I can't keep up how many, right? And being a man is thinking about his money and how he's going to provide, how he's going to protect. His duties as a man is in his mind as a grown man who's trying to make something happen. I'm not talking about a boy on the couch with his PlayStation. I'm talking about a grown man who has duties and responsibilities. He's trying to figure it out. He's trying to think it through. And sometimes it's got nothing to do with you. He's trying to figure it out, trying to understand what to do. And sometimes it's got nothing to do with you. So you can relax. So what is a woman to do? What is a woman to do with a man who is distant? Get your crayons out, y'all. Get your big girl markers. Pull out your markers on this one. Somebody should be taking notes. A woman who is in this situation, one of the number one things she needs to do is to ask him. Because listen, sometimes, now I know this seems weird, but sometimes a man is not even conscious that he has become distant. Why? Because he's in his head. He's not aware. He's not up on even his own behavior and his own mentality. Sometimes he's just in his head. So he doesn't even know that he's become distant. He doesn't even know that he texts you less than he used to. He doesn't even know that he doesn't talk to you on the phone as much as he used to. He doesn't know that y'all stopped going out on dates and you don't have date night anymore. And look, and I'm telling you, this whole distant thing, this ain't just for singles. You could be in a relationship. You could be married and a man goes distant on you. Matter of fact, if you're married, there's going to be a time that a man going to go distant. Do you even notice? Are you even aware that married men go distant too? This is no one trick pony. Okay, check this off and this will never happen again. No, men go distant as well, and they are dealing with issues. Married men, all right, and men who are in long-term relationships, been together 10 years, 5 years, they still go distant because he's dealing with the world. So, number one thing to do is to ask him, what's going on? Tell me what's happening in your mind. And don't say it in a, what's going on with you? What's wrong with you? Don't say it like that. Don't say it like that. Because if you say it like that, it's going to come across in a inflammatory way. And the thing is, when a man is dealing with his emotions and his thoughts, you do not want to be inflammatory, because then it will be you. If it wasn't you, if you weren't the problem before, you will be the problem. Okay? But just like quietly and just showing comfort. Ask him, what's going on? There's something happening with you, and I don't understand what it is. But listen to this. Listen to this. I don't understand what it is, which means you're not a know-it-all who's here to try to fix all his problems. He don't need fixing as far as he's concerned. I don't understand. You're admitting I don't understand. And I want to help you to deal with what you're dealing with. But I can't help you if you don't talk to me about what's happening. Okay? That's a good invitation for a man to start sharing his thoughts. Okay? All right? So what do you do after that? After you ask him? You know what you do? Shh. Quiet. Be quiet. Sometimes, listen, I love y'all, but that mouth just go da 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 da. And why you and da 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 da? Look, shush. Allow for an awkward silence, and let him speak. Let him share what's going on. And if he's not sharing, stay quiet. Don't keep talking and trying to fill in the gaps. I know that this must be happening, and I know you must be this and this and that. No, just quiet. And when you go quiet, then he'll begin to wonder why you're so quiet. Okay? And now that quiet, this could last some time. Now, I'm not supposing that this lasts a week or so, right? But maybe you need to go quiet. So really, that's number 3, is to just back off. Just back off. And let him work out whatever he needs to work out in his mind. Whether it's 1, number 2, or number 3, let him work whatever he has out in his mind, letting him know, I'm here for you. And I'm not going to be upset with whatever you are dealing with. I'm here to help you to deal with whatever you're dealing with. Why? Because I want you to be happy just as much as I want myself to be happy. All right. All right, let me check the check box. Nope. That makes or female can become very unpredictable and explosive in their responses to rejection. That's true. That's true. That's true. Don't be explosive or, in your response to rejection. If he decides that this isn't going to work out for him, then let it go. Just let it go and let him work out anything he needs to work out in his own mind. Let him work it out. All right. So I want you guys to think about that. I want you to process this. I want you to drop your comment down below as you think about this. I want you to process this and understand. And look, listen, this is an emotional game that men are ill-equipped to win it, to fight, because we are logical thinkers. And so things are not as fast. Men are not as quick. Men are not as nimble with articulating feelings as women are. So take it easy on them and let the process be the process. You are going to be just fine. Either way, whatever it is, you are going to be fine, and so will he. All right. All right, you guys, that's it. Thank you so much for being here. Look, hit that like button on your way out. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We've got more coming, and I'm working on something special, a program for you guys to join, to get involved in, to have, and just as I go deeper, I want to go deeper on some of these topics, especially topics like this, because I want to talk to you more about what to do and how, and different signs to look for when it comes to this sort of thing. So, all right, you guys, till next time, peace and love. Bye.